Hello chess friends, this is your Vegas chess coach here with Basics for Beginners, and today we talk about chess notation. And as I earlier already pointed out in the chess basics, a chess board has 64 squares, and eight um, we have 8 ranks that are numbered from 1 to 8. And we also have 8 files which are labeled with letters A to H. So we have effectively here in the corner the square A1 and here H8 and any combination in the middle. This is D5, for example. Anyway, I mentioned earlier that we wanted to if we wanted to write down our chess moves, the chess notation is a way to do that, and that's used in tournaments. So here I want to go through a sample game and effectively show how chess notation work and how that is reflected in the game. The game itself is from 1858 between Paul Murphy against Duke of Brunswick and Count Isoard played the Paris Opera. It's a famous opera game. And it's done over 17 moves. So it's a short game, but it gets you the idea of what to do, how to use the chess notations. So the first move from white, Paul Murphy plays E4. And you can see that here in that set area, E4 is the first move. So, and since it's a pawn move, we only talk about the square where the pawn moves to and don't use a letter for the pawn. Black also makes a pawn move, E5 up here. And then we have knight to F3. Now the knight, you would say, well, isn't it a K for a knight instead of an N? But the king already has a K. So for king moves, we use a K. And the knights get the best next letter, which is an N. Knight to F3, which is shown here. And so that's the notation for the knights. The bishops have a B, the rooks an R, the king a K, the queen a Q. And that's how you distinguish which piece moved to which square. Alright, so it's pretty straightforward. D6 is played, it shows up here at move 2 for black. D6, it's a pawn move. And because there's no capital letter, we know it's a pawn moving. D4, now we have bishop to G4. D takes on E5. So that is written with an X. That means taking. So the D pawn from here is taking on E5, right? So this is the move from D to E, and it's 5, just to be clear. So then the bishop is now taking the knight on F3. So all we write down is the bishop B is taking on F3. And that's written down like again with an F, with an X between the B and the F. Queen takes F3, so it's Q, X, F3 for taking. Now the pawn takes from D6, E5, so D takes E5 is the move. The bishop comes out to C4, so B to C4 is effectively the move here. Knight to F6, queen to B3, queen to E7, and you can follow the notations here. For the moves are numbered, and the first column are the white moves, the second one are the black moves. Knight to C3, C6, bishop G5, B5, knight takes B5, c takes b5, bishop takes b5, and now we have a check. See that little plus behind the 5 on the right side? That means it's a check, okay? So that means this white bishop is now checking the black king. Knight b to d7. Now, because both knights could go to this square, we are very specific by saying it's not just the knight moving there, but it's a knight from the b file that is going there. This is the b file. So the knight from the b file goes to d7. And that's what it says here. White castles, when it's a long queenside castling, like in this case, you have 3 zeros. For castling on the king side, you would only have 2 zeros. So that's the difference. That's how you distinguish queenside and kingside castling. Then you have rook goes to d8, rook takes d7, rook takes d7. Now the rook goes to d1, queen e6, bishop takes d7 check. So the king is in check, and again there is a plus sign next to the 7. That means the king is in check. The knight takes on d7. The queen goes to b8 and also says check. That's a check. The knight is now taking the queen, and then the white rook goes to d8, and it's a checkmate. And the checkmate is indicated here with this hashtag. So that means checkmate. And that's the basics notations that you have. There are other kind of possible ways of doing notations, but the main thing to remember is the letters for the different pieces. Pawns don't have a letter. Knight is N, bishop is B, queen is Q, king is K, rook is R. So and en passant, if there would be an en passant move, you would actually write the move the way the pawn moves and an e.p at the behind it, meaning en passant. That would be a special move as well. So anyway, this is the basics of chess notations, and that's why it's important to know the letters for the files and the numbers for the ranks to identify the squares to which square your pieces move, and if they're taking anything, there's an X, and if they just move there, then there's no special extra letter or indication. And yeah, checks is a plus and checkmate a hashtag. So I hope that gives you the basic overview for the chess notations. Thank you.